Kee High going to attack Eastman. But the foul going to be on Rothler. That's her first.
Riley Mutterman here at the line. She scored a school record 44 points in a game this season. That's quite a game.
That's her first point here this afternoon, as Eastman will now check out. They've got to figure out how to get her going. She's averaging 18 per game, and again, first and only point here on this trip.
Right. She also averages 5 steals a game, so I would imagine a lot of her points probably come off those fast breaks, and so we haven't seen Kee High get their hands out in those passing lanes so much yet today.
Brooklyn Birdie now into the game for Bishop Garrigan, wearing number 1. Again, the Bears just moving around, trying to find their opportunity.
Yeah, they're being really patient against this zone and looking for the open player.
How about that for the DMAC recruit? Alyssa Haugland with her first bucket off the glass. And the lead now at the largest at 12 for Bishop Garrigan. Here's Winters. Good movement inside, just can't finish it. Offensive board, though, for Colesrud. Winters again on the attack. And we'll go to the line to shoot 2.
Yeah, I would imagine Coach Wagner told Addison Winters, attack the board. She's the one that's got some height out there, and she's doing just that, and they're doing a good job of fighting for these possessions. The shots just aren't falling right now for the Kee Hawks.
That foul on Birdie, that's her first, the third team foul in the quarter. As the free throw left a little strong there by Addison Winters. And back into the game comes Lila Strong, I beg your pardon, for Kee High, as Winters makes good on 1 of 2 attempts.
You know, that combination of Addison Winters at 5'10 and Lila Strong at 5'11, they were really effective in the regional regional final to get here, and we'll see if they can find that same magic here against Graceland Eastman.
Addison Ferris out on the court for Bishop Garrigan. Eastman back in, now looking to attack, unable to get the shot to fall. The rebound comes down to Kee High as Mutterman will scrape it up. Looks to outlet it ahead and does to Colesrud. Tough shot, great defense, but again another offensive rebound, this time by Strong. Winters with the hard spin back to her right and a bucket.
Nice aggressive move there by Addison Winters.
Came in averaging 14, now has 8, and a turnover by the Golden Bears.
The Hawks, they're forcing a turnover to get it right back, trying to build a little bit of momentum here. See the replay. Nice strong move to the basket.
24-13, Bishop Garrigan.
Seeing a little bit of life here, though, in these Kee Hawks. They are not sitting down.
They can try to get a 3 to fall. That's been the trouble spot. And their basis of their offense are 0 for their first 10. Looking to drive, Colesrud. The dump down inside to Strong. Gets denied by Eastman.
Eastman's such a strong defender under there. She's not picking up a lot of fouls. She's playing straight up, just all ball on those block shots.
A turnover by the Bears, 2:40 to play, and Brandon Schwab has seen enough. He wants to talk it over with his team after that turnover. He burns another timeout here. Boy, for Bishop Garrigan, you see inside of that huddle, Coach Schwab always telling his team, defense wins, but man, can they really score it? And we've seen it so far today with 24 so far on the board.
They really can. They do such a good job of looking for Eastman underneath, and such a benefit, too, that they can't – it's not possible to, just double team or triple team Eastman, because it's so important to have those outside scoring threats as well. And so those teammates are so critical, not only to getting Eastman the ball, but also to prevent her from facing those double, triple teams that she otherwise would.
Well, Bishop Garrigan, we mentioned they beat Lake Mills to get to the state tournament here. They had to beat them 3 times this season.
That's hard to do. That's hard to do.
Very is, really is. And really, when you look at the power index, that was the highest rated team that they had played all season, according to the power index, outside of Valley.
Sure.
So the challenge here today is, okay, how do we come out and show our strength as the top seed? And they've been doing a great job of that with this 11-point lead. They've owned a one rebound advantage here against Kee High. How about Bartolo picking the pocket of Colesrud and gets the finish. Back at it, Winters. That pass deflected away. It'll stay with Kee High.
I kind of wanted to see Addison Winters take that one all the way. You always appreciate when people are looking to kick out to their teammates, of course, but now's the time that I think they need her to just be really assertive and keep putting up those shots. She's pretty effective.
Mutterman for three.
Mutterman will find. They'll be looking for her to find her shot at halftime. A coach will talk to her, try to settle her down a little bit. She is a good shooter, just haven't seen it yet today.
Bartolo will run it ahead. On the attack, the dump down to Eastman. Too strong on the shot, and the rebound goes to Kee High. Kee High out of Northeast Iowa. Again, a team that wasn't expected to get here, but they had the big upset against Springville in the regional final. And trying to figure out a way to get a three-point shot down because they've struggled so far, but they attack the interior, and now a foul going to be called on Madeline Tigges, her second. And to the line with Addison Winters. And how about the adjustment, though? Kee High really a three-point shooting team, but now they're attacking.
Yeah, that was a really nice play there. We saw a nice backdoor pass. Winters getting herself open. You know, that's what a good coach will do is say, hey, if right now our shots aren't falling, let's look at our other strengths. And they do have those other strengths and utilizing those today. Again, I would expect they'll try to settle them down a little bit at halftime and bring them out. And I'm sure he really hopes that their three-point shots will start to fall.
Winters able to hit 1 out of 2 on this trip. As she's pacing Kee High so far today. And back into the ball game comes Carly Nielsen for Tigges. Bartolo, the little flip. And the rebound is strong. Mutterman again in backcourt, being harassed by Bartolo. Able to break it. Mutterman now looks to go to work. The dump down to the block, an errant pass, and it'll be turned over.
1 minute here in the first half of this basketball game. The Bears looking to extend their lead.
Bears into the front court. Roethler. 45 seconds to go. That three off the mark. And Bishop Garrigan, too, now 1 of 16 from downtown. Inside goes to Winters, who will have double figures now with 11.
Nice little turnaround jump shot there by Addison Winters.
It's a 10-point game. Out ahead, Eastman with the left hand. Off the mark, but a rebound to Roethler. Bartolo for three. Eastman with the board and one. Let's go to the line for a three-point conventional play.
She might miss one, but she's not going to miss that second one if you give her another shot.
That foul going to be on Addison Winters, her first. Kee High back to their bench. Schulte in for Colesrud.
Again, Gracelyn Eastman, just a junior for this team. Been first-team All-Stater since her freshman year. 6 feet tall, over 1,000 points for her career, and many more to come.
14 seconds to play here in the first half. Brooklyn Birdie back out on the floor for Gracelyn Eastman. Here comes Winters. Will attack the pull-up. Not there. Rebound to Strong. Mutterman for three. Can't get it to fall, and that's the end of the first half. Gracelyn Eastman, bringing it in the first half, scores 18 of her team's first half points as Bishop Garrigan, the top seed, has a 29-16 lead over the 8-seeded Kee High Hawks. When we come back, we'll have more here from the Casey Center as you're watching the 2026 Iowa Girls High School Athletic Union State Basketball Tournament.
Oh, it looks like you spilled some grease.
Grills are multiplying and you need flavor that's bold.
There's nothing left for you to do
But to go to Fairway, your dream for Midwest meat. It's the one you need. Oh, yes, indeed. Oh, you better stake up. Fairway and meat go hand in hand.
This dream is meant for you and me.
Poultry, pork, and beef, your home for Midwest meat. It's the one you need. Oh, yes, indeed. Oh, yes, indeed.
Fairway, it's the one you need.
Excelling in athletics takes teamwork, dedication, and a commitment to excellence. These are the same qualities that help our pig farmers and our communities thrive. The Iowa Pork Producers Association is proud to support statewide high school athletics and the student athletes who make us all proud. Visit iowapork.org/WeCare to meet the people behind the pork and hear about our winning approach to caring for our pigs, the environment, and our communities.
Excuse me, ma'am. You dropped this.
Health powers life, from the delightfully routine to the truly uncharted. Sometimes life takes an unexpected turn, like receiving a cancer diagnosis. At Mercy One, you have access to a team of cancer experts with advanced technologies and holistic therapies for the cancer care you need close to home. Our team will guide you every step of the way, ensuring you're ready no matter what life brings next. Find care at mercyone.org/healthpowerslife.
SWIC is a community. Southwestern Community College is a place in rural southwest Iowa where students from across the world come to be a part of a tight-knit family, Spartan Nation, where they study, train, grow, thrive, and are called by name, not by number. At SWIC, we are one.
It takes a village to care for a patient. From all of the various people, if you come see us, that you'll meet. Every one of those people, we try to get people that are committed to making that the best experience that they can do.
I think the breadth of coverage that we're able to provide, I think is unique. All of these different facets that all intertwine are what allow us to take care of the community the way that I feel they should.
At DMOS, we're here when you need us.
Thank you so much for watching the 2026 Iowa Girls High School Athletic Union State Basketball Tournament. You're watching Davenport Assumption and their dance team performing right now here at the half. It is the Class 1A quarterfinal Top-seeded Bishop Garrigan leads it by 13 over Kee High. With Tammy Blackstone, I am BJ Shaban. And Tammy, that first half, Bishop Garrigan getting a terrific performance out of Graceland Eastman.
Absolutely. She already has 18 points. That's above her season average. Her teammates doing a great job of getting her the ball. She's also picking up a lot of rebounds and doing some putbacks herself. So far, the Kee Hawks have not found an answer for her.
And for Kee, I mean, good news, bad news situation. Good news is it could be a lot worse.
Yep.
Good news is Riley Mutterman, their leading scorer, held to just 1 point. You got to figure she's going to go off here in the second half.
You do. You know, this is a good shooting team. They're just not showing it right now. Really, shooting has been the issue here. They're only shooting 20% as a team. And when a good team gets settled down, hopefully at halftime, you want to see them come out and be able to put in some of those balls. Addison Winters needs some help right now. She's got 11 points, but she needs her teammates to start contributing on the scoreboard. They're certainly contributing, on defense, but they need to be contributing towards that score as well.
Let's take a look at our first half statistics brought to you by Sioux Cup, and I think what you mentioned is going to be reflected here. You look at the field goal percentages and the three-point numbers down for both. The boards owned by Garrigan, and you look at the turnovers, 8 so far by Kee High.
Yeah, Bishop Garrigan is coming out in that press, and they've had quite a few. You can see five steals there, and those have been off that press. They've been able to convert on several of those as well. Yeah, the rebounds, yep, Garrigan is winning that battle, but it's actually pretty even overall on rebounds. Really, shooting is the story of this game. Bishop Garrigan shooting nearly 40%. Compared to Kee High's 20.
Well, when we come back, it'll be time to take a look at the first half highlights. You're watching the 2026 Iowa Girls High School Athletic Union State Basketball Tournament presented by Iowa Farm Bureau.
Mid-American Energy, we're one company serving 1.6 million people who all need energy that's available 24/7. That's why we work 24/7. That's why we make investments in our systems that make us more resilient to extreme weather. That's why we generate power from all available resources to cover the variables in supply and demand. And that's why when the power is knocked out, we work around the clock to restore power to you. Mid-American Energy, obsessively, relentlessly at your service.
Yeah, it's a trip when you hit the road. And when you know when you've arrived. It's a trip when you get everything you want. The burger and the fries, the creek and the crick, the city and the countryside. It's a trip when you're where you're meant to be. In this moment, in this bathroom mirror, looking like $1 million. And yeah, it's a trip when it goes by fast. Des Moines, it's a trip. Make it yours.
It's the simplest expression. The smallest thing that changes everything. A smile. So easy. A smile lights it up. Apologizes. And welcomes unconditionally. Because the shortest distance between two people is a smile.
Thank you.
Hy-Vee, where there's a helpful smile in every aisle.
As we take a quick break from tournament coverage, all of us at the Iowa Girls High School Athletic Union want to extend our sincere appreciation to our title sponsor, the Iowa Farm Bureau, for their continued support of this championship event. I'm joined once again by Brent Johnson, president of the Iowa Farm Bureau, who's here to share more about the special souvenirs our participating student athletes will be taking home this week.
That's right, Erin. Our incredible student athletes won't be leaving empty-handed. Every athlete competing today will take home a custom souvenir bag tag to commemorate their hard work and dedication. And for our championship teams, we're thrilled to present pink championship ball caps, a bold symbol of everything that they've earned. Athletes will also receive a signature ball, perfect for collecting autographs from coaches and teammates and creating a keepsake that they'll treasure for years. Each of these items is more than just swag. They're reminders of what's possible when you work hard and follow your dreams.
Brent, thank you to the Iowa Farm Bureau for helping make this championship experience so special for our athletes. Now let's get back to the action.
We're at intermission here at the Casey Center as you're watching the 2026 Iowa Girls High School Athletic Union State Basketball Tournament with Tammy Blackstone. I am BJ Shaban. As the second half, well, we're getting prepared for that. In the first half, though, we saw a lot of Gracelyn Eastman do some really good things.
We did. She's got 18 points. Bishop Garrigan, 20 of their 29 points have been in the paint. That tells you a lot. Most of those have been Gracelyn Eastman. What I would like to see here in the second half, I really liked when the Kee Hawks had Lila Strong and Addison Winters in there. Not a true double team, but a little collapsing on her. That's the only time we saw a little bit of slowdown there for Eastman.
Well, the shooting, too, needs to pick up, maybe for both. I know Kee really wants to see that get going. The lowest three-point field goals they've made in a game this season was 5. So,
yeah, you kind of wonder what the coach's philosophy here is. Ben Wagner's philosophy. Is he going to tell him to keep firing it up and your shots are going to fall, or at what point do you say, hey, let's change our game a little bit like we saw in the first half and focus on those drives, get it inside.
Maybe one of the most quotable lines we've heard came this week in talking to Ben Wagner, Kee High, and to some of the players. They mentioned, what does coach tell you a lot? And they said over and over again and again, don't suck on your thumb for every Sunday of the month. Just get out and shoot. And that's what they're doing right now, getting some warm-up shots up, and we'll see if Kee High can respond here to what Garrigan has put out on the court. And for Bishop Garrigan, I mean, they are the top seed for a reason. They have some really good defense.
Excellent defense. Eastman has quite a few block shots today, but yeah, they do a really nice job in the full court press and in the half court with their defense as well. And we've talked a lot about Eastman, of course. She's got most of the points, but what a good team she's got around her. Emmy Bartolo has been such a good spark. Her coach describes her as the floor general, and she has been that today as well. And Madeline Tigas also just brings so much athleticism to their team, and also.
Well, this Class 1A field is loaded for sure. Coming up next, we've got the 4-5 matchup. Linville-Soley and Dunkerton tips off at 3:15. At 5 o'clock tonight, Newell Fonda making yet another appearance here at the state tournament. They'll take on the 7th-seeded St. Ansgar. And then at 6:45, the nightcap, defending state champion Council Bluffs St. Albert, the number 3 seed, taking on the 6th-seeded Exira Elkhorn Kimballton. Lots of great basketball coming up here yet from Casey Center in Class 1A, and then the semifinals tomorrow. So we're ready.
BJ, it's always fun with these 1A teams, these small schools, just how full and excited this arena is. When small schools, they just bring their whole town to these games.
And Mutterman going to pick up a quick foul off blowing up a screen aggressively. So out on the floor for the Kee Hawks, it's their starting 5 with Mutterman, Colesrud, Winter, Schulte, and Moan. And for Bishop Garrigan, you've got Bartolo, Eastman, Tigas, Nielsen, and Olish. Kee able to force a turnover to get the second half started, looking to drive. Winters blocked away again by Eastman. Out into the front court, it comes to Olish, who will attack. Left-hand layup is there.
Fantastic defense there by the Golden Bears, able to convert, turn into some fast break points. It doesn't get much better than that.
Olish, who came into the game averaging 14, that's her first bucket. This one on the deck, fumbled around. We're in backcourt now. Tied up, possession arrow keeps it with Kee.
Great hustle there by the Bears.
So looking to put it in play will be Addison Winters, as traffic is directed. Mutterman looking to go to work. Tries to get through the double team. It's going to be a turnover. Mutterman right back with it and gets her first field goal.
Stuck with it there, able to get on the board.
You know, her mom, Kelly Mutterman, formerly Kramer, prior to marriage, competed in the state tournament, but she did it for West Lyon, and I'm sure gave her daughter some really good words of advice entering this one today. And I think Mom, if she could have an earpiece, would say just continue to shoot.
Just keep shooting. They'll fall. They'll fall.
Out into the front court, here's Moan. Mutterman for three. Left it short. Offensive board for Kee High. And this one will be turned over. Eastman will pick it up. Here's Bartolo. The kick out. Nielsen for three. Yes!
Bishop Garrigan getting some more people involved here in the offense. They just look really confident out there and very...
On the drive, Winters will get a two back. Nielsen able to connect on her second three of the day. It's the only 2 3-pointers we've seen in this matchup so far. Allish on the drive, the pull-up.
Had a little bit of space that time, able to create a nice, easy jump shot for herself.
Garrigan with her largest lead here at 16. Mutterman's drive, left-hand layup, no. Nielsen trying it out again. Might have been a heat check. Garrigan, rebound, put back, not there. Still on the deck, Mutterman will pick it up.
The Hawks haven't had a little bit of trouble there getting a body on someone to box out and not allow those second, third chance points. This time got away with it.
Here's Winters trying to spin it in. Eastman will pick her pocket. And right to the rack goes Graceland. Eastman now the kick out. Thought she might have went up for the shot. That's unselfish play.
That was Eastman's maybe 6th steal of the night.
Coming in, Ava Roefler. Also checking in, Addison Ferris. To the bench we go with Kee High. Lila Strong will check in. Bartolo for three. Left it short as Winters picks up the ball. Now in backcourt, Eastman just causing all sorts of trouble.
She is. She's long armed. She's everywhere. She's not afraid to be up in that front court as well as the back court.
Mutterman looking to create. As that tapped out of bounds. 20 on the shot clock. Kee High will hold on to it. Again, Garrigan by 16. Here's Winters. Her jumper. Good.
The Hawks needed that. They were having a little trouble getting their offense going, so a nice, well-timed out-of-bounds play. Hopefully that can help get them back in the game here.
Now Eastman in traffic. A foul will be called on the floor. Kee High is going to pick up their second. And the foul on Mutterman, her second as well. Eastman gets the inbounds, will flip it out to Nielsen, who'll drive. Can't finish it. Back up into the front court with the Hawks. They find Winters. Cleared traffic, baseline jumper, in and out for Colesrud. And the rebound to Ferris. Bartolo, the kick out to Roethler, back to Bartolo.
Bishop Garrigan is so good on their defense, and then they get such a quick outlet pass and just waste no time getting down the court and setting up their own opportunities here.
Again, good ball movement against the zone. It's deflected out, 12 on the shot clock. Brandon Schwab going back to his bench again as Alyssa Hauglin will check in. And Allish will return for the Golden Bears. Allish out to the wing to Hauglin. Eastman's pass deflected away. And Winters will clean up traffic. She'll look to attack and is bodied by Ferris. That'll be the first team foul of the late half against Bishop Garrigan. And Ferris will pick up her first.
Nice defensive set there by the Hawks, and then you just saw Winters blow past 1, 2, 3 defenders on her way down the court. She is so quick. Again, she will continue her college career as a track athlete at Wartburg, so seeing that speed and athleticism bring her up the court that time, making something really good happen.
Tigas will re-enter the lineup, now in for Roethler. Kee High held to just 23% shooting, and you can see why. It's been the block show put on by Eastman. What a performance. Colesrud now to Winters. Colesrud with the rebound, terrific rebound, but got knocked down, now leaves it up. Here's Eastman to the rack. Graceland Eastman now with 20.
Yeah, pouring in some more points for her. Those are her first points of this half, but she has just been loud out there this whole game on the defensive end as well.
Mutterman and one. A little continuation at the Casey Center.
Nice finish there by Riley Mutterman.
Now the points are starting to come for Riley, as the foul will be on Ferris, her second.
See her, she has sliced her way to that basket, through and around those defenders, making it a three-point play.
Timeout going to be taken here by Bishop Garrigan. 38-25, a 13-point lead, as Garrigan will be down to 2 timeouts remaining here with 2:59 to play, as Kee High trying to figure out a way to get a little bit closer back into this. Again, their game has totally been taken away from them in that three-point shot, again coming in number 4 in the state with 156 three-pointers on the season, and today 0 for 13. They've just taken 1 3 so far here in the second half. And for Garrigan, you know, they also shoot threes. They have 196. They lead Class 1A with three-point shots. They're just 2 of 21.
Right. This has not been a story of three-pointers today. We've been the story of points in the paint for Bishop Garrigan, and now here a little bit as we see a little bit of life from Kee. Addison Winters now has 15 points. Riley Mutterman making some of those drives for 6 points. So they're looking, I think now we know what Coach Wagner maybe told them in the locker room, which is that, hey, this may just not be our night for three-point shots. Let's look for those driving opportunities.
Kee going to show some pressure, a little 1-2-2 pressure against Bishop Garrigan here as they try to create some tempo and try to get some possessions back. Now the kick out around to Haugland. They'll go to the high post. Intigas caught up in traffic, and that one will be tied up. Possession arrow will keep it with the Bears, but how about the defensive play that time by Morgan Moan? Emmy Bartolo back out on the floor for Bishop Garrigan. Also, Elena Schulte will check in for Colesrud for Kee High. Bartolo for 3. How about that? Emmy Bartolo with her first triple of the game.
It was a really nice, smooth shot there. Nice to really see a three-pointer for either team here. Finding its mark.
The block by Tigas. Bartolo ahead, the layup not there. And getting the rebound back was Alish. The 3-ball by Haugland. Can't get it, the rebound tapped around, it will belong to the Hawks. Here's Moan. Mutterman, the step back. Left it short. And a foul going to be called against Garrigan as Winters was able to get that board.
It's a good crash there by Addison Winters. She knows at this point every possession matters. If they're going to be able to have a chance here in this game, down 16 points, absolutely every loose ball makes a difference.
You know, we talk about the shooting today for Kee High. It's been off from the perimeter. As Mutterman, little heads-up play, a little bounce ball off of Bartolo is out of bounds. So now Kee High will have to inbound it. Little gamesmanship here. You want the ball? There's the ball. Strong shot. Not there. But Bishop Garrigan has really done a terrific job contesting every shot.
Yeah, they have tremendous defense. They just really, they keep their arms up. They know where their girls are. They don't miss those plays. They just really stick with them and cause a lot of problems.
The Bears collecting their 200th three-pointer on the season as Allish knocks down that triple. Here's Winters in the paint, gets 2 back.
It's a great look there. That's been there tonight for Addison Winters, that short pull-up jump shot.
Eastman underneath against the double team.
She just has that answer. They are so good at getting her the ball.
Eastman 22.7 rebounds. Add another 8. Out ahead to Allish. The 3 by Haugland. Nope. The step in for Haugland. Off into the corner. They're going to try to get it to Eastman, but Strong will rip that one away.
Nice look there by Lila Strong.
Garrigan opening up their largest lead of the game here at 19. They look like a team that is determined to try to get to that state title game on Saturday night.
They do. They were in the semifinals last year, looking to improve on that on this trip.
Allish going to pick up the foul here. That'll be her second, the team's 4th. There's 10 seconds to play in the quarter. And to the line with Morgan Bone, where she loved state competition here at the state basketball tournament last spring, competing at the state track meet. Morgan able to hit the free throw here. And the Bears go back to their bench. Brooklyn Birdie will check in for the first time in the late half. Also joining her, Ava Rothler again. And Addison Ferris. Bartolo also out on the court, along with Nielsen. So 10 seconds to play. Garrigan into the front court. Big skip pass up top. Now to Bartolo. The deep 3. Yes!
It's a fun end of the half there for Emmy Bartolo, of the quarter.
A 20-point lead for Bishop Garrigan as we go into the final 8. You're watching the 2026 Iowa Girls High School Athletic Union State Basketball Tournament.
Mid-American Energy, we're one company serving 1.6 million people who all need energy that's available 24/7. That's why we work 24/7. That's why we make investments in our systems that make us more resilient to extreme weather. That's why we generate power from all available resources to cover the variables in supply and demand. And that's why when the power is knocked out, we work around the clock to restore power to you. Mid-American Energy, obsessively, relentlessly at your service.
Something exciting is growing on Iowa farms these days. Innovation. From tractors that seed, weed, and harvest with data-driven precision to drones that scout or plant cover crops to protect soil and water. Even our animals live in smart homes with round-the-clock care. Technology keeps your food safer, water cleaner, and makes us more sustainable. Because what we do here benefits everyone here. Life on the farm makes everyone's life better.
Well, it's a 20-point lead here for Bishop Garrigan, their largest of the game, as we're about ready to enter the 4th quarter of play. With Tammy Blackstone, I am BJ Shaban here as we open up the Class 1A quarterfinals. Bishop Garrigan, the top seed, taking on the 8-seeded Kee High. As Bishop Garrigan, for much of the season, held that number 1 spot. Again, only losses on the year were to West Des Moines Valley in Forest City. So they played a strong, tough, competitive schedule. And it's paying off here so far at the state tournament. Looking to drive and finishing will be Addison Winters, as she's turned in a terrific game now with 17.
I think that actually makes 19 for her. She now has nearly as many points as Eastman. She has done it a lot here in the second half, and unfortunately, when you're down by this much with just one quarter to go, she's going to need some three-pointers from her teammates if they're going to have a chance here. And also trading baskets at this point in the game isn't going to help him catch up.
Eastman, you mentioned 22, now 24. Mutterman shot off the mark. Strong will go to the line as Lila fouled. And that'll be the first team foul here of the quarter against Bishop Garrigan. Kee trying to score with the clock stopped. Strong able to knock down the free throw.
Lila Strong is a 5'11 junior. Really plays a nice, important role on this team coming off the bench, especially on defense.
Colesrud back out on the floor for Kee. Eastman with another board. She has been missed double-double this season for Bishop Garrigan. She's there right now, 24 points, 10 rebounds. Trying to add to her total out of the box. A little soccer pass out to the wing.
Bishop Garrigan here taking their time. They have that ability to just take care of the ball, look for a really high percentage shot. Beautiful pass, teamwork there, finding the high percentage shot under the basket.
Bartolo able to get the assist, her third, as Tigas is able to finish that basket. Mutterman's three. Not there. Rebound tapped out. It's going to stay with Kee High.
Good crash there by Lila Strong. And Mutterman, that is exactly the shot she needs to be taking right now. There's a replay of that really good look, cutting through that zone defense, finding that high percentage shot.
Inbounds comes in. Eastman with another swat. That's 10 blocks today for the Garrigan Bears. And now a timeout going to be taken after the made bucket.
We've talked a little bit about Kee High's low shooting percentage today, but it is affected by those 10 block shots, certainly.
So timeout here by Kee High as they want to talk things over. Down by 19, 6:18 to play. Again, coming up next at 3:15, our next quarterfinal in Class 1A, Linville Sully will be taking on the Raiders of Dunkerton. That comes your way at about 3:15. Also, in 1A at 5 o'clock, Newell Fonda, St. Ansgar. And to close out the quarterfinals for all classes, it'll be the nightcap as Council Bluffs St. Albert, the third seed, defending state champion, taking on Exira Elkhorn Kimballton. Tammy, for Bishop Garrigan, I mean, a team that's been on a mission. And they have warm-up shirts that say Forever Loyal. And they've got Audie Crooks' number on the side. I mean, that's a player that still remains in contact with her old school and doing wonderful things at Iowa State. But, man, you talk about this program being propelled by a player who's had an impact. She certainly has with this school.
Absolutely, and just really speaks to the tradition that Coach Schwab has been able to foster there. To just, we see some young players out on the court here, and just knowing that this is not a program that began and ended with Audie Crooks and Molly Joyce. It continues on. They're so strong, and they've got more coming up through the ranks. And that's what happens when you have these coaches and players who inspire each other and inspire a younger generation that, hey, I want to be the next one out there on that state tournament team.
So Kee High swings it around. Strong's jump shot. Good. She's got 5. Looking to drive it, Tigas. Now the kick out. The deep three by Alish. That's off the mark. Rebound will be batted around as Mutterman will pick it up. Skip pass ahead, stolen away by Bartolo. Now off to Alish. Will be fouled and will go to the line to shoot 2.
I've been impressed all day by Bishop Garrigan's passing. They just take tremendous care of the ball. We've seen a lot of up-the-court passes, cross-court passes. They do not turn over the ball very often, and that's a real talent.
At the line with Seisha Alish heading to Wartburg to play basketball. Now with 336 points this season, eclipsed the 1,000-point career mark earlier this season. And able to hit both free throws here, came in shooting above 80% from the line. As Kee High will go back to their bench, Schulte will come in. as she'll spell moan. Kee with Winters. She's had the hot hand here in the second half. Mid-range jumper partially deflected away. You going to call that a block?
I would.
11 on the day for Bishop Garrigan. This three, good. Knocked down by Alish.
Nice soft touch, friendly roll there for Alish.
What a game for the Bears. Their defense has really, though, I mean, that really turned up their offense after a cold start shooting.
Yep, it has. You know, when your shots aren't falling, that's what you have is your defense, and of course when you have Eastman underneath, that helps as well. But you know, with that confidence, or some of those outside shots are going to start to fall, and that's what we have seen here later in the game.
Colesrud able to get her first bucket of the game, and a timeout going to be taken here by Kee High as Ben Wagner with 4:18 to play, wanting his team to continue these efforts and try to figure out a way, okay, how do we trim this down even further?
Right. At this point in the game, you know, your mind goes to three-pointers, but then what do? You know, it's just if it's a cold night for your three-point shots, your best three-point shooter, Mutterman, just not hitting those tonight, doing a lot of other good things on the court. And so I think you can probably continue to go to Addison Winters and have her drive and pull up for those beautiful jump shots that she's been able to find and get herself open for.
58-38, 4:18 to play here in the opening 1A, Class 1A quarterfinal. Out on the floor for Bishop Garrigan, Ava Roethler, Emmy Bartolo, joined by Madeline Tigas, Sasha Alish, as Bartolo will drive, can't finish it. Gracelyn Eastman also out there for the Bears. For the Kee High Hawks, they've got Riley Mutterman along with Addison Winters leading the team right now with 19 points. Lillian Colesrud will try to dump it in, stolen away by Eastman. Also out there, Elena Schulte and Lila Strong. This three off the mark. Rebound going to be tossed around the perimeter by the Bears.
And the Bears are going to be smart here. They're taking their time, looking for those good shots.
Rebound comes down to Kee High and Winters. Mutterman will look to attack, goes to Strong. Can't get the jumper to fall. And another rebound for Eastman, who's just collecting him now with 24 points, 13 rebounds for Gracelyn Eastman.
Incredible start here to the state tournament for Eastman. We expected good things, and she certainly delivered.
Inside with Eastman, can't get the shot to fall. Rebound tapped out, it will belong to Kee High. The Bears will go to their bench again.
As soon as she put the ball on that court, Kee High should have swarmed her. Post players, if you're listening, don't dribble that ball in the lane. Keep it up high.
Alyssa Haugland, Addison Ferris will come back in. .253 to go. Winters, hard pump fake. Lost the handle for a moment. But Bishop Garrigan, no doubt impressive here in the opener. Led by Eastman. Now the Bears look to attack. Ferris will go to the line to shoot two. So the shot has been made here so far by Bishop Garrigan in the opener here at the state tournament. And tons of talent yet to play here as Bishop Garrigan tries to make a statement in this opener. As Ferris trying to check into the scoring column. Now coming out onto the floor, Brooklyn Birdie is back in, and Lillian Wickman.
We're seeing some of the talented underclassmen. Ferris there, just a sophomore. Just speaking of good things still to come for this team.
Lillian Erpelding-Wickman out on the floor here for Bishop Garrigan, wearing number 34. Kee High will look to put it in play. So 2:16 to go. The dump down pass going to be deflected out, last touch by Kee High. That may be the last we see of Gracelyn Eastman. So again, terrific numbers, 24 points, 14 rebounds for the junior.
She was just absolutely dominant today and just really set the tone for the whole game there in that first quarter. She just had, I think she was like 5 for 6 right in those opening minutes. And that just, it really puts the other team on their heels and it sets the tone and it just establishes that dominant lead. And there really was no looking back after that.
Yeah, Brooklyn Birdie knocking down that three-point shot. As Garrigan is 7 of 30 on the day. Winters with the steal. Maintains that handle. Winters in the paint. Gets that shot to fall. Now with 21.
Addison Winters really has had a great game. I think if you were looking back and said, hey, Addison Winters had 21 points and 8 rebounds, you'd think that they would have been on the winning side of this one. But today, just not quite enough, even though that is just really a nice performance. An incredible effort and stamina and stick-to-itiveness of Addison Winters today.
Each team going to their bench. Bree Ludwig checking in for Bishop Garrigan. Also, Rakyla Nielsen, a freshman, checking in for Bishop Garrigan. Kee High getting an opportunity. And Addison Winters will check out here shortly as she gets a big hand. As Coach Ben Wagner taking his time with each one of these players that are hitting the court. Rose Wheeler in, along with Maddie Moss, another freshman. Grace Homseth in. Evelyn Dybert into the contest here for Kee High. And also Layla Mathis, the freshman, in for Kee High. They're trying to collect these moments here with 1:15 to play. That three off the mark. And Garrigan will hold on to it.
These younger players is such a tremendous benefit to these teams. These are the players that they play against in practice. These are the ones that make those starters better. Instrumental part of getting them here to the state tournament.
Shot clock winding down. This three off the mark, and the putback is there. Erpelding-Wickman able to get the bucket. Now into front court. Dybert being harassed and will be fouled. That'll be the second team foul on Bishop Garrigan. Boy, we haven't seen a whole lot of that here in this game. The shot clock winding down. Each team has been firing. Now they go high to Homseth. And how about that?
The junior center, 6'2", Grace Hornseth, putting it in.
And Kee High trying to get a substitution or two in. Maddie Martin, a freshman, will check in, along with Josie Connolly, as they'll be in for Homseth, and then also Dybert. But Bishop Garrigan looking to move on with a 24-point, 14-rebound performance by Gracelyn Eastman. This is going to stay with Bishop Garrigan with 17 seconds to go.
Bishop Garrigan today just showed that they deserved that #1 seed, putting on a stellar performance really from start to finish here today.
Well, no doubt they're going to be celebrating in Algona as Bishop Garrigan going to be moving on to the semifinals coming up on Friday afternoon as they best Kee High by a mark of 64-42. Boy, the dominance in the post was evident here today for Bishop Garrigan.
It really was. Gracelyn Eastman, they just never did find an answer for her. She was tremendous. She had a great team surrounding her, getting her the ball. being good shooters on the outside, making those threats existent so that Eastman could do her thing underneath. And of course, really tremendous effort there by the Kee Hawks, pulling off that upset to get here to the state tournament, making their whole town proud. Just not quite having enough today.
And for Kee High, what a season. I mean, doing a lot of things the right way to get themselves here to Des Moines. Let's turn it over to Mike Householder for the post-game awards.
Direct your attention to the court for the awards presentation. In addition to receiving medals, each participating player will receive a commemorative basketball provided by the Iowa Farm Bureau, proud title sponsor of the Iowa Girls High School Athletic Union. Presenting awards from the IGHSAU are Aaron Gerlich and Tanya Moe. Congratulations to head coach Ben Wagner and the Kee High School Hawks on an outstanding basketball season. And now we'd like to recognize today's Quick Star star of the game for Bishop Garrigan, number 15, Gracelyn Eastman. Gracelyn's standout performance earns her the honor of advancing her team on the bracket to the semifinal round, thanks to Quick Star for their support of the IGHSAU. Bishop Garrigan fans.
All right, so Bishop Garrigan moving on to the semifinals. They'll await the winner of Linville, Sully, and Dunkerton, who we have coming up next. But what a performance again by the Golden Bears.
Absolutely, just a real team effort there by the Golden Bears, again showing why they deserve that number 1 seed, playing like it from start to finish, all the way to the buzzer, putting out, giving a great performance here for their fans.
Well, on behalf of Tammy Blackstone, our producer Randy Nielsen, and all of us here in Des Moines, I'm BJ Shaban saying thank you for watching our live coverage of the 2026